Fog 1 to Fog 2. I'm in the Overwatch position. I got you guys.
Fog 2 to Fog 1, read you loud and clear. All right, boys, let's rally up. Overwatch is in position. Just sit tight, Fog 2. We're coming to you.
Copy that, Fog 2. I got you. Fog 1 to Fog 2, possible contact on my position.
Oh, everybody stop. Get in line. Get shot at. Fog 2 to Fog 1, how you doing? Fog 1 to Fog 2. What's that? I can't read you.
Fog 1 to Fog 2, come in!
Come on, guys, we gotta go. Overwatch is in trouble. They're shooting over this hill. You guys stay here. I'm gonna go check it out real quick. Fog 1 to Fog 2.
My radio's busted.
Fog 1, is that you? I got you, stay down! Get up against the wall, I got you covered. Get everywhere. You think we can make it? What I'm gonna need you to do is I need you to stay calm real quick. I got you. I got you.
Yeah, man.
Okay. The only way we could get out of here is we gotta run into that open field. I know it sounds crazy, but we gotta do it.
I'll try.
No, man. Don't worry. I'm here for you. I got you. You go, I'll cover.
You got me?
3, 2, 1. Go, go, go! Let's go! Get out of here! Keep going! Charlie 16. I need mortar fire on my position. I know it's danger close. We're just getting hammered. Hey guys, good morning, good evening, good night. Have you ever been on the losing team and you're like trying super hard to win? Today we're gonna be going into how to lead your Airsoft team to victory. Gonna be kind of going over like how to talk to your team, how to get communication going, how to keep morale up if you guys are losing, if you're having a bad game day.
We're gonna be talking about how to command your Airsoft team. I know that kind of sounds a little silly, but it is actually something that more experienced players are looking to do and trying to do. I actually like trying to command the team, as much as I can. But with Airsoft, it's an interesting topic because it's not the real military. Nobody has to listen to you. So there's a certain way that you have to approach it to not, come off as rude and, like an asshole and stuff. There actually is a good way to do it. It's a way that I've been doing it for probably like 3 years now since I've kind of figured out my little techniques on how to get teams going and stuff. And it actually is pretty effective, in getting a losing team to actually kind of flip the table and push up. So I have a couple philosophies and some ideologies on how to do that. I just want to preference, this is probably for more of an experienced Airsoft player because you're going to need to be able to, actually understand what's going on the field, have proper awareness, know, where bad zones are, good zones are, and actually where to push your team. In Airsoft, it's okay to accept that people don't, understand what's going on, overarching, and like actually how to get the team to move. You know, a lot of people are there just to try to get kills and shoot people. So if you're somebody who is interested in actually trying to command your team to win and to get them somewhere, you know, you definitely have that interest in understanding, you know, what's going on the battlefield and stuff like that. Don't be rude to people. It's okay that people don't understand what's going on. Not being rude is going to be like a huge key point of throughout this entire video. Truly, what you want to do is help people, and you want to get the team to win. Nobody likes losing, especially when you're on that team where you're literally stuck at spawn and nobody can go anywhere. Like that does suck, you know? It's okay to want to help people, push people, and to get them to advance in the game and win, you know? A lot of people are out here playing Airsoft for different reasons. It's perfectly okay that that's the reason you want to play, that you want to actually, you know, kind of get some team encouragement and move up. Me personally, my favorite thing all the time about Airsoft is team. You know, Airsoft wouldn't be as fun to me if it was just me by myself. I have so much fun communicating with people, getting people to move up, even just random people. I've literally made so many great friends off of Airsoft just by, you know, wanting to have some sort of like brotherhood with them and, you know, kind of connect and push up and have these moments with them. That's what it's all about. Don't let somebody knock you just because you're trying to be that person who wants to get the team moving. There's a certain way you need to go about it, and that's what we're going to talk about.
With Airsoft, there's certainly a brotherhood. We're all here collectively doing the same thing. Some people's reason is that they like video games and stuff like that. Some people's reason is they like military stuff. We're all here collectively. We just got to figure out that common interest that we all have, which is Airsoft. The first topic that we're going to talk about is what kind of leadership does Airsoft need? We're not saying leadership in the sense of like this is a military command. It's just situational leadership in a game with strangers and friends and whatnot. It's not about being the loudest, it's about being the most reliable. At the end of the day, our word is our bond. Reliability and experience kind of come together when you think about it that way.
Airsoft does need a specific kind of leadership. Don't think of yourself as a commander.
It's a suggestion, really, at the end of the day.
Yeah,
but
for sure.
It's a fun suggestion. It's like we're all here to have fun.
Once again, it goes back to the point, there's just some people out there that don't know what they're doing, and it's okay for you to be that experienced person to understand what's happening. Airsoft really needs a specific kind of leadership because nobody is obligated to listen to what you have to say and to what you have to do, and you have to be okay with that fact too. Like, you can't get booty tickled because somebody didn't listen to what you said. That's not cool. If somebody doesn't want to agree with what you have to say, that's fine. Move on to the next person, see if you could get them to go. Try your best to be friendly and to create, you know, kind of a bond with somebody. Really approach it as if, you know, I want to be friends with these guys, you know, then they could trust me to move up with them. You know, every person that you encounter out there, you should try to approach them as if somebody that you want to be your friend and not just a pawn on the field that you could point your finger to and they follow your lead. You know, that's not how it works. Even though Airsoft is different from leadership and other fields of stuff, there are things that do always go together. And one thing about, you know, being a good leader is to be likable. That's something that's gonna stay true no matter what kind of leadership in life it is. You know, it doesn't have to be about Airsoft, literally anything. If you're just that nice, cool, calm, collected person, people are gonna be by your side. Nobody wants to be backed up or backing up the guy who was causing problems and being rude to people.
You're helping yourself out, you're helping your team out, you're helping the guy right next to you out. Okay, so our next point, something that we coined, it's called the boost lead system. Basically, you don't just give commands, you boost morale by sharing the risk. If there's a risk to move over there where there's enemies, you're sharing that risk. You're making it fair between you and that person that you just talked to. Because if it's unfair, they're gonna feel like, wait, why aren't you coming with me? Why? They're gonna feel left out, or they're gonna feel like you're just barking at them. You share that risk and move in a way that's like a team effort.
The boost lead system, it's something that I really have gotten just from playing Airsoft and using my own, you know, kind of tactics. When I play Airsoft, this is something that I constantly do. Once again, you're not a commander. Pointing your finger and saying going over there isn't gonna work. You want to be relatable with that person and reliable. So the best thing that you could do is you could say, hey, instead of me telling you to go over there, me and you are gonna go over there. We're gonna go together, especially because in those situations when you're on that losing team, a lot of times you'll just see people sitting in the same spot the whole game. They could be new, they could not understand what's going on. Really what you're trying to do is you're trying to amp them up. You're trying to hype them up. Yeah. You're trying to get somebody on your side, have a lot of fun with it too. There's been so many times where I've been in a situation where it's like so bad, but I've gone up to a group of people. I'm like, come on guys, if we're gonna go together. Like we have to go, we have to do this for the team. Like I'll share that risk and we'll go out together, you know? And you do that and you guys all die and then come back, then, you know, you'll have that group of people to be like, oh yeah, that was cool, let's try it again Things like that. That's the type of leadership that Airsoft needs. You need to be friendly with them. You need to share that risk all the time. You can't just tell people what to do. Maybe if you're at a point where you're very, good friends, me and Tyler are brothers, so we trust our word. If he tells me go here, I tell him go there. That's completely different though. When we're talking about strangers, you have to do it with them. You have to be on their side, be their brother. You have to create that bond with them. And there's no better way to do it than to always share that risk. And even put yourself in front. Tell that person, follow me, come with me, I'll go first. Those kinds of things.
Sacrifice yourself.
Yeah, exactly.
Is that will be funny.
Yeah.
Like if you die, you're like, ah!
Yeah, and then you'd be like, keep going. Like once you get hit and stuff, like people enjoy that, kind of experience, and that's what they're, looking for to go play Airsoft.
Yeah, and that's like totally immersive. Like it's funny, but it's immersive. Makes the game feel more exciting.
Try to have fun with everyone around there and, just be socially interactive and cool with people. We're trying to come at you guys with years of Airsoft experience because we've been playing since he was in high school and since I was in like 4th grade, been playing Airsoft.
Break it down and kind of look at it from the wider lens and like see it from a different perspective.
Yeah.
On what's really going on when you're playing and kind of breaking down certain fundamentals and certain things to apply when playing.
All right, so for a good example for the boost lead tactic, I'll talk about a situation that I actually experienced, I think 2 weeks ago when I played Airsoft. Our team was losing hard. We were pushed back at our spawn.
Oh yeah, that was terrible.
Yeah, like literally the whole team was sitting around.
Yeah.
So I saw a dude with an LMG, and another thing, as trying to be that person to push the team up, you need to pay attention to your assets, who has what on the field. I see this guy sitting there with an LMG, and I see a group of some of his buddies right next to him. We're stuck right behind here, this crate at our spawn, and there's a couple buildings over here. But in between, there's this little mound with a piece of plywood for cover. I come up to these guys and I say, hey, we all got to try to push to those buildings. Like, let's try to do it. I tell the LMG guy, because I'm trying to send him into the most risky position, hey, let's go up onto the mound together. I'll go first. I'll make sure it's safe. You come up, follow me, and we're going to plant that gun down and we're going to lay fire down so we could get our other guys to move to that building. I said it in a fun way to them. I wasn't telling them what to do. We actually successfully were able to breach the building and get past the point of, not being stuck there, and more of our team was flooding in. So it actually was successful. It was just a really cool moment, like that guy had a lot of fun. I helped put his bipod down when we dropped onto the floor. He ran over. I was like, get down. We put the gun down, and I was telling him where targets are, and I was yelling at the other guys. I'm like, come on, move, we got you guys. And those are those fun kind of experiences that people want. It wasn't just due to me pointing my finger and saying, go over there. I shared that risk. I, in fact, went first. I was going to be the first guy to go out if we were going to get shot from there.
That's literally all it takes.
Yeah.
Just a little bit of communication is all it takes to make that one next little step, that one next little push. And if you think about it, if your entire team is doing that, and if you're kind of getting more people to start communicating, that could be enough to help you win.
Yeah.
Like, every little step counts.
And then even after that, once the game was over, they walked up over to me. I gave them a high five. I was like, dude, nice job with the gun. They had a good time, and we kind of, became friends for the day for that, specific incident.
Yeah. Just simply saying, I'll go first, creates trust. That's going to make somebody be like, okay, yeah, I'll actually follow you. Like, maybe I didn't want to get shot. Maybe I was just trying to hold back. If somebody tells you, I'll go first, that might encourage them to actually follow. All right, our next point in section 3, communication is your superpower. You want to encourage real-time comms. Basically, you're going to want to call out enemy positions, say, cover me, pushing left, watch that corner. That kind of energy spreads, like the more you're communicating, the more other people are going to want to communicate and be encouraged to do so. If you're playing a game and everyone's quiet and you're totally aware of that, and if you're not doing anything to change that, at the end of the day, if you're aware of that, that's your fault. You can be doing something to, get the whole team to start communicating. Just simply starting communication with one other person might be enough to set off, that wildfire of people talking.
There are things you could do. Just because nobody's talking doesn't mean that means, oh, I can't say anything. Ask people questions. They'll be receptive to that. If you just go up to somebody, ask them what's going on. There's been so many times when I play Airsoft where I'm, held up on a position with somebody else, just as a random guy. I'm watching one side, he's watching the other, and I just go, hey, what's up? Like, how's it going on your side? Like, are you good? I'll ask if they need help too. And then also just be like, do you see anybody? Where are they? Those kinds of things. And then also what you do, you shout out those commands to it. And I come up to him and I go, where are they at? He tells me where I'm at. I'm gonna scream where they're at. So now, I'm getting that encouragement. I'm letting him know that, let's speak, let's talk, let's get the team communicating stuff. Also, another thing too, if you have a radio and you see other people out there with radios, don't be afraid to hop on the same channel. A lot of people are just wearing radios for show. Actually start using them. I'm sure a lot of people would like to. Get on people's, channel, talk to them. And also furthermore, one really cool experience that I had with communication in Airsoft, playing this defense game mode, holding an area, and there's a group of guys that huddled everyone up and they said, okay, to have an understanding of what's going on the map, we're going to block out the map into 4 chunks. We're going to do A1, A2, A3, A4. That was a really cool experience because, just like that, he was able to get us all on the same understanding point. And then now when I heard someone say, contact A1, contact A2, that was really, really helpful. And it was a really cool moment in immersion,
It's not like you're always asking for something. You could give too. To lead is also to give.
Airsoft's about community. It's cool. Let people know that you could talk to them and that it's okay to talk. And some people just don't know how to articulate it. Yeah. Last thing on communication, make sure to put a key point on congratulating people. If you watch some of our gameplay videos, you'll see me yelling at random people. I'm like, oh, good shit, good kill. That was good. Somebody right next to me. I don't know who they are, but I'm just like, dude, that was a nice kill. If you're letting people know that they're doing a good job, congratulating them, that goes a long way on and off the field as well.
So next section that we're going to get into is movement tactics. We have another tactic that we've coined. It's the point, pass, lead tactic. You're basically going to show them the way and then make that first peek and then let them roll through.
So the point of this too, if you guys are confused, you have to see yourself, kind of as a valuable asset. In that sense, you don't want to die on the push, right? It might sound a little selfish, but you're the one with the awareness, you're the one with the experience, and you're trying to lead your team to victory. Although you want to be that person saying, I'll go first, I'll do these things, you also need to try to protect yourself, because if you're deep into the push and then you get out, then your team is kind of stuck there until you're able to find your way back there. Point and pass tactic. I've done this before. I've actually done this on a gameplay video. You get everyone rallied up to move, you tell them where we're going, and then you're going to be taking that first risk. Say it's a doorway. I'm gonna breach that doorway, step into the room, clear that first room, and as everyone's flooding in, I'm gonna be keep going, and I'm gonna stand there and then I'll follow behind them, and then you can still continue to tell them where to go from the back. If you're experiencing people that are a little standoffish like that, I think the point pass tactic is a great tactic.
The last topic we're going to talk about is post-game leadership. Even off the field, communicating with your team can be valuable, congratulating people, talking to them about their kills that they got, that you saw. Great plays, guys. We did really great.
This is a good point to wrap on, because one thing you do need to understand is I'm sure that you're going to the same, few local fields, and you do have a reputation. The more that you are into Airsoft and the more that, you keep going. There's dudes that I know that when I go play, I see and I'm like, oh, that's a cool guy. And there's also dudes that I know that I don't want anything to do with. Your reputation extends, just beyond the Airsoft field. And this goes as a whole for everyone in Airsoft. There's a lot of people that they have these freakouts and all this kind of stuff. Everyone sees those highlights in Airsoft. That's not what this is about. Don't be that person. Maintain your relationship and being a cool, friendly guy on and off the field. If they want to join a group chat with you, or, if they have a Discord or something,
Get their number, get their Instagram, kind of build a group. That makes Airsoft really fun.
On the whole topic of trying to take back the battle and win and kind of lead your team to victory, another huge point of that is how many people are on your side. It's actually really cool that we've gotten to a point, just Foghorn is our little Airsoft group with so many people that when we pull up to Airsoft, it doesn't even take that much, to get people on our side to move with us. All it takes is them just seeing us huddled up, and they're like, oh, that's like an actual group of people. Let me go with them.
Yeah, and it's like there's even non-verbal communication that's happening, If you're in a group of people, the likelihood of some other stranger joining you guys is pretty likely.
Make sure that you surround yourself with cool, nice people too. I've met some people playing Airsoft where I know it's a group and there's one guy on there that is not a very fun person. And then it's unfortunate because I've later met some of the other guys that they hang around with, and I'm like, oh, you guys are cool, but I didn't want to hang out with you because of your friend. So choose cool people. It's so cool to have a collective of people that can share these same ideas and can get an entire team to move with you. At the end of this entire video, what it all really boils down to is just community, friendship, being cool. There are, of course, those other certain tactics that we coined that are going to help you. Really, the strongest thing at the end of the day is just going to be your overall reputation as a person.
If you see somebody being a crybaby, don't do the same thing. That's how people are going to perceive you. Oh, my team isn't doing what I want, blah, 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 cry, cry, cry.
Yep.
Kind of stuff like that. And oh, I keep dying. And people are either gonna follow that energy and then it's just gonna spread, or they're just gonna be like, who the f is this guy?
Having that kind of reputation, yeah, sure, maybe you're whining about it and your whole team is on your side, but the other team is gonna be pretty annoyed with you, and you're gonna literally go back next weekend and probably be on the same team that you were just fighting. So it's not just a single day thing where it's just like, oh, everyone else is whining about it, so I will too. That reputation will carry with you. Airsoft, you could truly, create a brotherhood between a group of people and be really cool with them. I think I've truly made some great friends playing Airsoft, and I have such a cool bond now when I play with them, because that's what it's all about. With all this being said, go out there, make some friends, be cool with people, be cool on the field, and lead your next failing Airsoft team to victory with these tips. I want to thank you guys so much for watching. Also, I want to give a shout out to the people that we're actually meeting out on the fields that have been recognizing us. That's been pretty cool.
Yeah, that's been really cool.
We just actually breached 2,000 subscribers, so pretty awesome moment for us. This channel just continues to take off.
Yeah, thank you guys so much. We really, really appreciate it.
All right, guys, hope you enjoyed. Catch you next time.